Lancaster, Virginia. The latest news and recaps in the world of professional wrestling. Welcome to the Wrestling Artistry Podcast. And now, here's your host, Andre Smith.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 12 of the Wrestling Artistry Podcast. I am your host, Andre Smith, and today I am going to do something a little different. Not only will I be covering AEW Rampage, but also, before I get to that, I will be covering AEW Dynamite. I figure this is something I'm going to keep trying from this point forward. I figured it would make sense for me to do that anyway because, you know, a lot of stuff that happens on Dynamite carries over to Rampage. So, I'm going to give this a shot. Hopefully, I'll be continuing this from this point forward. Anyway, moving right along, let's start with AEW Dynamite Thanksgiving from Wintrust Arena in Chicago, Illinois. They're advertising the first match of the night, CM Punk versus QT Marshall. But before QT comes out to the ring, MJF strolls out. And when I first heard that music, I was like, I hope they start exchanging promos because I think this is going to be good. And I did not think that they disappointed. Well, he comes out, and the crowd chants "a-hole" to him. He comes and addresses Punk as Punky Brewster, asking him that it doesn't feel good to be interrupted. I'm not going to go over every word of the promo bit by bit or verbatim, but I am going to go over the highlights that happened during this. He says that Punk hurt his feelings when he didn't shake MJF's hand, accusing him of taking his ball home, taking his ball and going home like a little bitch. He said that Punk's pipe bomb was his best moment, while the MJF promo is always the best moment. And he acknowledged the fact that Punk was straight edge. He also said that Punk looked like a meth addict. He also tells Punk that he used to being a big fish in a small pond when it comes to being on the stick, meaning cutting promos. MJF says that compared to him, Punk is a small minnow. He proceeds to tell Punk that that he will verbally finish Punk quicker than his UFC career. And he also said that while Punk drops pipe bombs, he drops nukes. Yeesh. Then Punk gets on the mic and tells MJF that he's disappointed in him. He said he thanked MJ, but he said he's going to get to that in a minute. He said he thanked Punk for introducing himself, and he thought MJF stood for a most jealous fan. He said he never brought up MJF during media releases because he didn't want to feed MJF's ego. He says that he's in MJF's head probably because he has a CM Punk poster hanging up in his wall. He said the other week he shut up MJF by not saying a word. He says that MJF thought what he was doing was revolutionary, but in reality, he's a less famous Miz. And then MJF accuses Punk of kissing ass. He calls CM Punk PG Punk and wonders what happened to the CM Punk he grew up on. MJF says that Punk might as well come out and talk about hustle, loyalty, and respect, in a reference to John Cena. You know, I've heard people talk about how, WWE has a tendency to do these long drawn out promos at the beginning of their show and everything, how it goes on and on and on. I'll be honest, I sat through this promo and I did not even realize until after the fact that it was a 20-minute long promo. It just flowed so smoothly. And that is honestly what I expected out of two of the best to be on the mic. So, hopefully, promo battles like this with them will continue. I don't know, it will need to be 20 minutes, but we shall see how that goes. Anyway, back to the promo. I have more highlights. Punk says that while he was selling out Madison Square Garden, MJF was marking out for Rosie O'Donnell. He tells MJF that he made the New York Times by doing a song and dance. Punk says that he'll make the New York Times again, but this time in the obituaries. He tells MJF that the only way he was going to be number one is if Tony Khan has a daughter that MJF marries. Punk says that the last time he was in Chicago, everyone got free ice cream bars. He said that the only thing better than that is if he punched MJF in his needle dick. Wow. As they're about to square off, MJF rolls out of the ring. And now we have the match between Punk and Marshall. Anyway, after Punk gets tripped up, Marshall tries to take advantage, but Punk hits 3 body slams on him. After Nick Camarado holds onto Punk's leg, the ref kicks him and Aaron Solo out of the factory. QT gets the advantage back after shoving Punk into the corner turnbuckle. Punk comes back and delivers a clothesline to QT onto the outside of the ring. Marshall hits a Liger bomb for a 2 count. QT taunts Punk, who proceeds to deliver a round kick to QT's skull. Punk hits the GTS for the win. Jurassic Express are now the No 1 contenders for the AEW tag belts. And on the upcoming Rampage show, which I will review, Eddie Kingston goes up against Daniel Garcia. Kingston is in the back telling Mox that he misses him, and 2.0 and Garcia interrupt. Garcia throws hot coffee in Eddie's face, instigating a brawl. The next match is Billy and Colton Gunn versus Bear Country. After some brawling and outside interference, Colton hits Colt 45 for the win. After the match, Darby Allin's music hits. Sting is standing on the stage. Austin Gunn leaves the ring to go after Sting, just rushing towards him. But then Allin comes out of the tunnel like a damn cannonball and comes out with a flying tackle and stretched Austin Gunn out, which was I thought was an awesome visual. As Allin and Sting come to the ring, the rest of Gun Club leaves out. AEW announces a Battle of the Belts event on Saturday, January the 8th. The event will be held at the Bojangles Coliseum in Charlotte, North Carolina. Adam Cole, baby, is apparently pissed off. He hasn't had the best few weeks. The best friends come to where Cole and Fish are. It appears that there will be a tag match between the two groups. Shivani is in the back reporting on the contract signing of Dante Martin possibly signing with Team Taz. As Leo Rush claims that they don't want to be a part of Team Taz, Martin, to the surprise of Rush, signs a contract and leaves for Team Taz. Next up, we have Jamie Hayter versus Thunder Rosa, quarterfinal match in TBS title tournament. The match has been pretty much of a brawl, starting out inside and out of the ring. Rosa comes to Hayter with some punches, but Hayter hits an elbow and a kick. Rosa hits a drop kick to Hayter's back. Rosa tries a crossbody block, but Hayter catches her, rams her back into the ring post, and slams her all outside the ring. Hayter goes for a superplex attempt, but Rosa shows her off and delivers a top rope shotgun drop kick. Hayter blocks a suplex attempt and delivers a backbreaker. After they go toe-to-toe, Hayter goes for a suplex, but Rosa reverses it into a Russian leg sweep into the Caribbean necktie submission. Rebel distracts the ref while Britt Baker pulls Rosa off of Hayter. As Hayter holds Rosa, Baker goes for a super kick, but Rosa moves and Baker hits Hayter by accident. Rosa throws Baker into Rebel, then Rosa rolls up Hayter for the win. Hayter clearly looks frustrated over her loss. So, some tension between the women. Alex Marvez interviews Jericho, who gets interrupted by 2.0. What is over these 2.0 guys? They just get on everybody's nerves. Jericho tells him if he ever gets interrupted by them again, he would knock their teeth down their throat. And then next up, we got Shivani, Baker, and Rebel sitting at a festive table. As everyone is giving thanks, Shivani shows tape of the Casino Royale where Riho never got eliminated. So Tony's signed a Rampage Black Friday deal match with Riho and Baker. Well, he didn't sign it, but he announced it. If Riho wins, he gets a future world title match, which pissed Baker off. Guess she's no longer in a festive mood. Poor lady. Anyway, next up we have Cabana versus the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Both are showing good mat wrestling skills. Bryan tries a corner dropkick, but Cabana moves out of the way. Cabana tries a corner elbow, but Bryan catches him and delivers a belly-to-back suplex. Cabana hits a moonsault for a near fall. After Danielson kicks Colt's head in, he applies a label lock for the tap out. Shivani is then in the ring with Bryan after the match. Danielson said, keeps talking about, brings up the fact that that he's not fickle and that he will kick more heads in. I wonder if he were to win the AEW World title, he'll turn it into a wood and rock belt like he did back in those WWE days. But I digress. AEW World Champion Adam Page comes out. He says that he wants to defend his title against Danielson right then and there. Daniel said that, of course, Page wants to fight him after he had already wrestled a match. He said that isn't cowboy shit, but coward shit. Page said that he will make it fair and decided to give Bryan the first shot. Bryan told Page not to insult him and slap Page. They go at it, and as Page goes for the buckshot leg, Danielson rolls out of the ring. They preview the next quarterfinal match in the TBS title tournament between Chris Statlander and Ruby Soho. Malachi Black, FTR, and Andrade El Idolo versus Death Triangle and Cody Rhodes as for the main event. At one point, Cody threw his weightlifting belt to the crowd, but then it made his way back into the ring. Crowd really loves Cody, don't they? FTR seems to have a Midnight Express vibe going on by their wardrobe, which I thought was pretty dope. Cash Wheeler celebrates a nip-up he did only to get kicked in the head. I guess I'm thinking about Pentagon. About Penta El Zero Romero. Phoenix comes in and is wide open, just tearing up the ring. Their triangle delivers a triple drop kick to Andrade's skull. Cody gets gained up to the crowd's pleasure. Wheeler went for a 619 but missed. The action got crazy, and at one point, Cody accidentally kicked Pac. There was a brief brain-buster reunion as Blanchard and Dole punched Andrade's manager. Black hit Pac with the Black Mist, giving Andrade the advantage to hit his hammerlock DDT for the win to close the show. I think Cody should just go ahead and turn heel because he is like one of the most hated people in AEW right now. His claims that he'll never turn heel, so I don't know how that's going to work. And I'm looking forward to the Bryan Danielson and Adam Page world title match, and also I'm hoping for a slow build between the eventual MJF and CM Punk matchup. Now, let's get into the Rampage that happened, same arena. Show opens up with a match that was a possible match I alluded to earlier. And, well, Yeah, Adam Cole and Bobby Fish versus Orange Cassidy and Wheeler Yuta of Best Friends. Yuta holds his own against Fish. Yuta and Cassidy execute double team moves interestingly. Yuta moves at a normal pace. Cassidy, not so much. There was one upsmanship between Cole and Cassidy. Cole won't let Cassidy put his hands in his pockets. Instead, Cole breaks out his baby pose. Cassidy tries again, and again Cole stops him, only for Cassidy to flip Cole over. Then he finally gets a chance to put his hands in his pockets. Not. Cole blocks him again. There's some entertaining action going on in this match. After the shenanigans, Fish and Cole take control of Yuta. Yuta tries to make the tag, but Cole yanks Cassidy off the ring apron, and Fish and Cole continue their dominance. Yuta comes back, delivering a top rope dropkick to both Cole and Fish. Cassidy tags in and finally gets his hands in his pockets before getting some impressive offense in. And then Fish comes back to punish the baby faces. Yuta hits the Olympic slam for a 2 count, then a brain buster for another 2 count. Cassidy tries to go for the orange punch, but Cole pulls him out of the ring and launches him into the ring steps twice. Fish executes an avalanche Falcon Arrow, which looked amazing, for the pin on Yuta. Shivani is with Tony Nese, who challenges Sammy Guevara for the TNT title. Guevara says that Nese hasn't done shit since arriving in AEW. Nese offers to shake Sammy's hand, and as they shake hands, Nese sucker punches the champ. He tells Sammy that the only reason he still has a belt is because guys like him weren't available yet. AAA Tag Champs FTR challenges AEW Tag Champs the Lucha Bros for a 2 out of 3 match Black Friday deal match. And next up we got Rio versus AEW Women's Champion Britt Baker. If Rio wins, she gets a title shot. Rebel and Jamie Hayter accompany the champ, but Hayter doesn't look to be in a good mood. Baker goes for lockjaw early, but Rio gets to the ropes, only to get attacked by Hayter and Rebel. Rio delivers a crossbody to Rebel and Baker. Baker plants Rio's face first in the turnbuckle. Baker hits a sling blade for a 2 count. They go toe to toe, and Rio gets the advantage. Baker comes back with a suplex to the corner. And Rio hits a dragon suplex for a close 2 count. Baker hits the air raid crash for a near fall. And Rio hits a Northern Lights suplex for another near fall. Rio hits a diving foot stomp for yet another 2 count. Britt Baker's tough. Doggone. Then Rio executes a roll-up for the pinfall victory, so she gets a title shot. Now we go to the main event as Daniel Garcia versus Eddie Kingston. If I said the Rio and Women's Champion and Britt Baker's match was the main event, I'm sorry. A lot of stuff going on this morning. Anyway, back to the rest of this review. Kingston ties up Garcia every time he charges Kingston. Garcia threw a forearm to Eddie, who beats Garcia down. Garcia comes back with uppercuts. Kingston hits some chops, followed by an eye poke. Kingston hits a flying knee from the top rope. Garcia hits a double thrust to Eddie's throat. Kingston is not having trouble with his knee. Garcia works on Eddie's arm. Kingston hits an explosive suplex. Garcia has a knee bar, but Eddie makes it to the ropes. Garcia continues to work on Eddie's leg. Kingston powerbombs Garcia, but Eddie falls to the mat due to the knee. Eddie delivers a half-and-half suplex, and then they start going toe-to-toe. Eddie hits a head kick, but Garcia comes back with a clothesline. Eddie hits a Sayu suplex, followed by a back fist punch for the win. Then 2.0 attack Kingston, and Chris Jericho comes out to save Eddie to close the show. Some interesting action going on. Everything building up to some possible great matches. But yeah, I thought overall both shows were good. I haven't really got too much into latest wrestling news. You know, I heard that they may do some releases soon. And, one tidbit of AEW news before I close this out. Big Swole announced on Twitter that she is not renewing her AEW contract. Apparently she had some stuff outside the ring, I guess, going on. So I wish her well, and that may see her back in the ring soon. And that is it for this, I guess, AEW review. Like I said in the past, I do plan on trying to add a little bit more content to here. Probably more news first. I would like to review other promotions, but we'll see how things go because life happens, and I was going to try my best to improve the quality of this podcast and bring y'all some more information and everything. And that is it for this edition of Wrestling Artistry Podcast. And until next time, friends, so long for now.